Carol King is one beautiful actress that
I feel like we shouldn't even say Carol King. It's disrespectful. We can say Madame
um,
Carol King because it feels like I watched her since I was a baby. So
she's we're going to be talking to her. Yeah, so we're going to start with Madame Carol King. As Tommy said, we should put on our Omoluabi button.
yeah, so
So we've decided. I've decided to do that now. Um, she's joining us via Zoom from our home in Lagos, I guess.
Yes.
So we start with you.
Yeah.
Um, a lot of time, I noticed that you are one of the few actresses that we hardly see, except very good productions.
Thank you.
Is that a preference? You just made up your mind that you won't just do anything.
Yes, it is very intentional because for me, like I always say, uh, when we tell these stories, we're telling the stories to educate people, to impact lives, and also to entertain. So whatever story I choose to tell has to have those, condiments in it. And the, for me, one very important aspect is believability. It has to be believable. So those are basically the what would I say? Let me, for want of a word to use, the bullet points of the things that determine what jobs I do. They, when people watch it, they have to be able to identify with one character or two as they watch, And when they leave, it has to become something that is conversational. They can talk about it. Oh, I know this person. Oh, can you see that thing? That is what, gingers me to do any job. So I don't just hop on jobs.
okay. So it seems like one would be right to call you the queen of soaps because over the years, over the decades now, not years, you've done Everyday People, you've done, I think, Tinsel, you've done a few others that,
Wura.
Wura, yes, thank you. You've done a lot
Yes,
of soaps.
one of the
And I
recent
know
ones.
of yes, and I know of actors who do not like to do series or soap operas because of the time investment that it requires. I mean, it takes you off the regular gigs for a while and you are, stuck in people's faces. Do you think that has influenced your career in any way? Do you think that has influenced your acting style in any way, or it's just your preference?
Well, I don't know what you mean by acting style, but one determinant of me leaning towards soaps more is the fact that with soaps, you tend to see characters grow over time. With film, you just, watch that person and then you are left with so many questions after. I know so many movies I've watched over time that I've wondered, oh, what happened to this person after, the film ended. But with soaps,
Yeah.
I give you an example. On Tinsel, there's a young boy, Dozie Onyeruka. He came, to join us on Tinsel as a little boy. I think he was probably 9 or 10 then. But now he's grown and he's been written into the series as, a grandson of the owner of a company who has come to take over, all the time. We saw him go into his teenage years. We saw him go. So that is the joy for me that makes me do series. I love to see characters grow. I love to see, oh, that young wife become a mother, become a grandmother. Like we have Coronation Street in the UK and, soaps like that. They have been ongoing and they haven't lost their viewers because
Value.
they've fallen in love with these people over the years. They've seen these people give birth on screen. That is the joy for me. That is why I love soaps. It has nothing to do maybe my acting style or anything like that because different characters you have to portray different characters in different ways. So acting styles I don't think is much of what affects whether I'm doing soaps or films, but I prefer soaps any day, anytime. And another
Oh,
good point is it keeps you not jobless.
It's like a steady. It's
Because
like a steady.
when
It's like a day
you do
job.
movies, how many movies are you going to do in a year? Do you understand? And I'm one of
Yeah.
those, because I'm so picky. I don't believe that you can be on three, four, five sets at the same time. So how do you give each character you want to play substance? How do you really let people know that this is who this person is? You understand? So when you
okay.
do one job and it takes you months, you know how a movie industry is. It takes months for you
Yeah.
to get another. But when you're on a soap or series, ching ching.
Okay,
Okay,
I
I
saw
saw
that
that.
you went to Ahmadu Bello University and Lagos State University, and you have a diploma in insurance and a
Yeah.
bachelor's degree in Christian religious studies.
Now,
Am I
what I
right?
heard last was I have a diploma in insurance, then I lost you.
You have a bachelor's
Hello?
degree in Christian religious studies.
Can you hear
Hello?
us? Can you
Hello,
hear
can you
us?
hear me now?
Hello? Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. Now, you don't have any background in theater, and have you? Do you think that you are missing anything not having any background in theater? If I can ask, how did acting begin?
Okay, because you kept coming in and going off. The little bit I can hear, let me see if I understand the question. That's I do not have a background. So can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, you got the question right, man.
You're going in and going out. Oh gosh.
You got the question right. You got the question right.
That's since I do not have a background in theater arts, how did I get into the industry? Is that it?
Yes.
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 Okay, yes. Well, from when I was a child, I mean, from primary school, secondary school, I've always been co-opted into acting dramas, as we call them, in school. I'm a very expressive person. I gesticulate a lot, and I kind of I absorb people that are around me. I'm a watcher and a listener. So when I'm around people, I tend to absorb who they are and everything. And then I know that's when, as a child, I used to be able to mimic people and make, my family members laugh and everything,
Yeah.
And watching all those, in them days, Hotel de Jordan and all that. I just always knew that I wanted to do this, but how I was going to go about it, I had no idea, but I knew I wanted to do it. And when I told my dad that I wanted to do theater arts, of course, he went ballistic. Like, seriously, lazy child. All your cousins are reading medicine, reading very important, professional courses where you want to go and be dancing and shaking bum bum for people to see. And he wanted me to read law, but it never panned out that way. At the end of the day, I first came into the industry through radio. I
Oh.
now, had become a madam of myself. I was now married and everything. And then I had a friend. Well, I still have her. I have a friend, Silo Bankole. She was a radio personality and she sings as well. So I'd go with her for her, studio gigs and stuff like that. And in one of those situations was when the late Lloyd Weaver, sorry, Chief Lloyd Weaver
Okay.
saw me. He had come to do some things in then Miditown Studios in Surulere. And he saw how I was carrying on with my friends and all that. And he asked for an introduction. And that was the period he was about to direct I Need to Know. So he spoke with me and said, look, I I'm about to start this project. We have all members of cast, but we're still looking for the mother. And you fit the role of the mother. Can you please come for an audition? And for me, I was like, audition, sha. I was excited and everything. And because I was married then and everything, I also didn't know how my husband was going to react to that. But thankfully, he was very supportive, and I went for the audition, and everyone on the panel fell in love with me. Everyone on the panel
Okay.
fell in love with me. So that is how my, my foray into, Nollywood started from
Uh,
radio. And here we are today.
okay. At any point during you have a very beautiful story, by the way. At any
Thank
point
you.
in the course of your career, did you consider switching into something else? I mean, you have a plethora of choice. You had a plethora of choices. There were
I
too
had a
many
what?
things you could have. You had a lot of choices. There were so many
Yeah,
things you could have chosen to do. I mean, if acting did not pan out, you could have chosen
yeah,
to do other things. You had the certificates in insurance and a few other things,
yes,
so you could
yes,
have done any other thing. At
yes.
any
I
point,
did
did
work
you
in insurance
consider?
for a bit, but I was
Ah,
bored.
but at what point did you realize that yes, acting was going to be the career that you were going to go through for the foreseeable future? Let's not say for the rest of your life, but for the
Well, let
foreseeable
me just
future.
put it out there that how I wish I could say acting is my career.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And the reason I say that is when you say something is a career, that means it's bringing in, a commensurate
Mm, yeah.
remuneration,
Mm-hmm.
understand, for what you're putting in there. You get what I mean? If I were to, I mean, not to like put down Nollywood, but if I were to compare, like they'd list me as, oh, one of the A-listers in the industry. Thank God for that. But if I were to compare myself with the A-listers in South Africa, that is close by to home, in Hollywood, in Bollywood, let's be realistic. Do you get what I mean? So
Yes, I
I have
do.
other stuff that I do that bring money in.
Okay.
If I were to say, oh, acting is my career, which I would love to be able to say, but it is not, it is not. And then there are no structures in the industry to validate one calling acting a career. What do I mean by
Okay.
this? In countries, or let me say in the country, well, in the countries where they have structured industries, and as in the acting industry, you have what we call royalties. Like I always tell people, if I were to go by the kind of jobs I've done over time, if I was to say, oh, I just wanted to live on the royalties from that, I should be comfortable. I should be comfortable, you know. I saw an interview that Denzel Washington did some years back, and he says it's the royalties from a particular job he did that he used to put one of his children through college. But that is not the situation here, you know. So I kind of shy away from saying acting is my career, but I would want it to be. That is what I do, that I love. I love doing it. And if they line up everything I do and they say, pick the one you want, that will be my first choice. But our situation here is not really, helping us to own it with our full chests.
If you had a child or a niece, nephew, someone younger to you in your family that
Yes.
decided that, oh, I want to be an actor because I have seen you do this successfully, would
Yes.
you encourage such a person to go ahead with it, or would you tell them the realities of what you have experienced?
Both, both. I will allow them to go ahead with it because you see, I will speak for myself. For people like me who are naturally creatives, who are, it has to find an expression. So if you don't do it, you will not really be happy in other things that you're doing. So yes, go ahead and do it, but make sure you have other stuff until art starts to pay in Nigeria. I will tell them, make sure you have other sources of income. That way you're not frustrated. That way you don't just take part in any kind of, job that by the time you go, you are watching it, you're embarrassed. You understand? You're wondering why, how did I get myself into this? Do you get what I mean? So I will, though, of course, I will encourage them to do it, but make sure, like for instance, my daughter sings. You understand? But with the, dog bite dog, what of the industry, I'm like, look, get yourself in a position where everything you want to do. And luckily for her, my son, her brother, is a renowned music producer. You understand? So when you have your money together, you can, direct and control. You're not at the beck and call of the industry. You can do things for yourself, you know? And I tried it once when I co-directed a movie back years back. The stress
Oh.
almost killed me. I think that is when I so
Okay.
I'm waiting for that period when, yeah, I am comfortable. I just want to walk behind the scenes and I have the money, to, you know, do what I want to do with nobody telling me, oh, you got to do it like this, you got to do that. So I will encourage them, go for it, but make sure you have something that's bringing money in.
All right, Madam Caroline. Would like to go on and on and on. It's very interesting talking to you, but when you're on radio, time is not your friend,
I
and I'm
know,
sure
right?
that
I started with radio.
I know some other time we will have time to talk about your project. But before you run away, I'd like to ask you. You mentioned that one of your child is a music producer, and that
Yes,
the other one is
A singer.
a singer.
yes.
You want to tell us your son who is a music producer?
What?
You want to tell us who the music your who?
Yes, his his
The,
his his trade name is GMK. If you know
okay,
about the altar music in Nigeria, my son is one of the what will I say, the foundational members. And
okay,
not to blow my horn or his horn, he the I forget the album of Burna Boy. I think the Giants of Africa or something, that he
African
actually got
giant.
a Grammy nomination for production.
Ah. Oh.
oh,
So
okay.
yeah. So but
Thank
right
you.
now, because of course, the our situation, it has to go where he can actually uh,
Make the money.
connect with people of same mind, same artistic direction, and So yeah, that's him, GMK, Grandmaster
Okay,
King.
okay. I won't allow you to go without telling us which of your films should we watch out for.
Which
Which of the
What new projects are you doing that we should watch out for?
Oh, I just finished the shoot on Sunday, actually, a short film, which I love so very much. I loved the story. It's about how we kind of talk, we focus more on the abuse that the girl child goes through. Yeah. But this one was like I always say, it's the other side of the coin I love, that makes people think. This is a situation of a young man who went through abuse, with his mother and the resultant effect of it. So it was a very it was a very beautiful story, and I enjoyed, helping them tell it. So that's what they should look out for.
All right. It's been nice talking to Madam Caroline King, and I hope that one of you few these days will still connect and do other things
I'm not.
together.
I'm seeing your lips move, but I can't hear you.
I'm thanking you for coming on the show
Okay,
and
I got
saying
that.
that
Thank you.
one of these days we'll do this again in a
Yeah,
longer version.
hopefully,
Thank
hopefully.
you so much for
And
being on
I
our
hope to
show.
meet you in person.
Yeah,
Very soon.
very soon.
And
I'm waiting for your book.
I know you, but you didn't introduce
Oh,
yourself.
I'm sorry. My name is Tomi Falade.
Tommy Falade,
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
nice meeting you.
It's
All
lovely. It
right.
was
Yeah.
lovely meeting you.
All right.
Thank
I'll be
you.
waiting for your book.
We'll be
You can
waiting
see me
for your
bringing my face
book.
close to the to the phone and say, "How will help me hear you better?"
All right. Thank you so much.